desk or I just oh, here we go, everybody. Welcome. It is Friday, which means it's time for us to go live and tell you everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote a best-selling book. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, co-founder of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, here with our superstar author, Joanie Lindenmeyer, and we are here to share a really powerful message today. So welcome, Joanie.
Hi there, Elizabeth. Good to see you. Oh my gosh, it's still summertime and I'm just reeling with life here. And I hope you are too. And I know you are too. And hi to
Yes.
everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful summer, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for plugging in, logging in. And as we say in our team, let's go.
That's awesome. So, Joni, just before we get to our hot topic today, give everybody an update on where you are and how long you've been on the road.
Oh my gollies. Well, let's see. Today is July 26th. That means I've been on the road for 26 days. And so from Oregon to Southern California and on the journey back. And right now I'm in Santa Rosa, California with my niece Chloe. And we will be home to Oregon today by tonight. So that is exciting. And I'm coming off of San Diego Pride from last week and been on a little vacation with Chloe, having fun. She ran across the Golden Gate Bridge and she went ice skating yesterday when we toured the Charles Schultz Museum and learned about Charlie Brown and how all that came to be. That is just amazing. We've had some great eats and treats and just having a blast together. This is my first time hanging out with Chloe, and she's 15 years old and I'm 67. And I tell you, we are getting along just fabulously. She went
Oh,
for a workout. I think she's in the shower or changing clothes right now. She might pop in, you never know.
and she's your niece, correct?
She is my niece. Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes. Jamie
Very
and Sean's daughter. And that is from my brother Tom and Kathleen, his wife. So that's the
nice.
family connection there. And she's just a delight. She is such a delight. And she is writing her own books. That's
Yes.
one of the things that I think that Aunt Joni has helped her to inspire and to help her. And she is just hot to trot on that.
That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, family time and multiple pride events along the California coast. And
Yes.
so how you were there promoting None Better, an amazing love story, your memoir, which is a bestseller, as well as Joyously Free, Stories and Tips to Live Your Truth as LGBTQ plus people, parents, and allies, a very powerful book that you and I co-authored together
Yes.
and is available at twosisterswriting.com. It's an amazing book. It's getting phenomenal reviews. And so you have been out there, and what have the responses been, Joni?
Oh my gosh. Well, the Nun Better book, of course, that's my personal story. And so everybody says, are you really the author? That's really your story? And it's like, yes, yes. And so I've had people that have come to an event like on a Saturday and then they returned on Sunday. I talked to my friend, they bought your book. I need to buy it now. And so they just say, this is so relatable. Everybody can relate to this book. And I've had people say, I wish I had a partner and a wife or a husband that loved me as much as you and Carol loved each other so profoundly. What a love story. This is a really incredible love. And that's what people are saying. It is just so relatable.
Mhm.
Joyously Free. What are people saying about that? They are so impressed that this book, you don't have to start it at the beginning and go through it all the way. You can pick it up wherever you want
Right.
so that you can find a story that is hitting you for that day. And with
Hmm.
our 32 contributors, plus your input, your insights, Elizabeth, and mine, people can just pick it up and just get inspired and or help them with where they are in their life. And they are really saying the tips are great. They are so real. And that's what
Hmm.
we wanted. We wanted something that is truth and real because
Hmm.
that's what it's about, is living your truth. And so
Yes,
those are the responses. Can I share one prop today?
of course.
Okay, at Pride, Julie and Mandy were all dressed up in, of course, their rainbows. And I try to give as many compliments as I can because I love doing that. So people's hair, people's earrings, people's clothing, people's demeanor, people's smiles or whatever. And so I commented about something they were wearing. Well, about an hour later, they returned to the booth after having bought both books. And they said, "We have a present for you." And I said, "Really?" And so they brought me this rainbow tie. Can you see this?
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
rainbow
Joni's putting
tie.
on a tie
Yep.
that has rainbow stripes for those of you who are
Yes,
listening.
yes. And it's bigger than the tie because I'll tell you the rest of the story. Talk
Okay.
about touching hearts. I touched their hearts because they they are married. They're a beautiful, wonderful couple. They are married, and but they wanted a special blessing. So of course I give them a blessing. And lo and behold, um they pull out this tie and I burst into tears. You know me and my emotions, Elizabeth. Sometimes I just lose it. And I said, I don't know how to tie a tie. So here we are standing at Pride in our booth. There's probably 10 or 15 people around, gathered around, and they're watching them teach me how to tie my tie. Because the
Oh,
last time I had a tie on, Carol tied my tie. She always
oh,
tied a tie. And so, do you know how to tie a tie, Elizabeth?
no.
Okay. I don't either. I'm learning. I'm learning. So this one I still have to adjust. But it was so cute that they took the time, put it around me, taught me how to tie it, and from there I was. And so a lot of emotion, touching hearts going both directions. And I think that's what books do. It's like a relationship, it's a give and take. And
Hmm.
so powerful that they can touch my heart and I can touch their heart. Have you
Yeah.
experienced that as an author?
Oh, absolutely. And that's our topic for today is that your book is going to touch people's lives in ways that you'll never know. First of all, you
Mhm.
said the word earlier, it's relatable. So especially on topics of LGBTQ plus identity and people feel alone. But
Mhm.
when they read a book like None Better or Joyously Free, they realize they're not alone. And that unto itself brings comfort and affirmation. And secondly, it inspires them to be more bold in sharing their story, perhaps coming out, perhaps being more of an advocate to make change.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
it's when you write your book, everybody, you never know whose life you're going to touch or how. People still come up to me. They read my first books decades ago, and they're like, that book stayed with me. I learned this and it inspired me this way. And so I didn't know till 20 some years later that my
Wow.
book that I wrote back then was helping people. So it's
Wow.
really, yeah, it's amazing, amazing. And
Oh
you know
my
what?
gosh. Oh, that just blows me away. None Better's only been out for a year and a couple months, and you're talking a book from 20 years ago, and that it's still doing that. That is heartwarming. That is
Mhm.
heartwarming.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. Another,
congratulations on that too,
oh,
because that means it definitely was a mission. It was definitely meant to be. And for
mhm.
everybody out there, that's the same with your book. Your book is meant to be.
Thank you. Thank you. So that happened with God's Answer is No, Lessons from a Spiritual Life, my spiritual memoir. People tell me today still that they open a page. Like if they're stressed, they'll just open to a page and read something. And so I'm certain your books are doing that as well as Joyously Free. And our next book together coming out October 1st, Healing Religious Hurts, Stories and Tips
Yes.
to Find Love and Peace. I'm certain that's going to have the same because that conversation about religious hurts comes up so frequently, especially in the LGBTQ plus community, but with people in general. And so every time I mention that book, people are like, wow, we really need that. So,
Exactly.
yeah. Hmm.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. And related to that, brings me to you sent it to me this morning that somebody commented, replied. and or I don't know what you call that. Guess replied or responded, and they wanted some help in terms of, well, should I pursue a calling to a becoming a sister within the Episcopal Church? And they're queer, and it's like, yes, the Episcopal Church accepts and celebrates all kinds of people
Mhm.
to do the ministry of helping people. And even at the lighting of the cathedral in San Diego at St. Paul's, there was over 100 different ministers of faith, all kinds of faith, that were there that actually are LGBTQ people and or allies or advocates. And that is so powerful because, again, that's touching hearts. It's touching hearts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 So for all of you writers out there, please keep in mind it's very important to know who you're writing for because you really want your book to resonate with them. So for these two books in particular, None Better and Joyously Free, targeting LGBTQ plus people who have a particular stake and interest in these topics. However, we also wanted everybody to read the books because it normalizes things and it teaches, shows people insights into identities that they might not have understood or just known about. And so understand who your book is for. So Joanie, you've done an excellent job of doing both, targeting specifically the LGBTQ plus community at Pride events, but also mainstream, going to churches, going to senior citizens place residences. So can you talk
Yes.
about how you've done this two-pronged marketing approach?
Wow. And thank you for that nice compliment. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Hmm.
Um, how I do it is I just believe the books that we have written, Joyously Free and then None Better, apply to everybody. They're relatable to everybody. So how have I done that? There have been people that have just come into my life or I know of, and I just say, can I come and speak to your group? Can I come and read something from the book to your group? Can I do it by Zoom? Can I do it in person? And so the assisted living places have been a great place. I was just in at Guadalupe Plaza in San Diego, and Cindy and Dave and a variety of people, Ruthie and Hank, and that just worked out incredible. I had a lady that was like, I think she was in her 90s, and her daughter was present, and her daughter was 50 or 60 years old, but that triggered great conversation between mom and daughter, and both are so
Wow.
open-minded. It was just absolutely stunning and beautiful. And of course, I stopped at UC Santa Barbara with my niece Chloe. She wanted to check out the university. We went into the administration office and talked to a few people and showed them the book. And so I met somebody right there, and he goes, "This would be great. I'm a religious what's the major? I think it's just called religion anyways." And so he goes, would you please give me your email? I want to contact you because maybe you can be a part of the curriculum and the program at UC Santa Barbara within the religion department. I'm going,
Wow.
I would love to do that. And he goes, how about women's studies? Could we have you part of women's studies? Because it's all connected, it's all relatable. And so I guess how you do that, everybody, at least for me, you just open your mouth, you put a smile on your face and say hi, and be willing to show them the book that you have. That I carry them in my backpack, and I just, wherever that goes, it's like handing out a platter of cookies. Would you like a cookie? Oh, you want 5 cookies? Okay. No, I'm not interested in a cookie. So I guess I treat my book like a platter of chocolate chip cookies. And not everybody's going to want it or buy it, but maybe it'll trigger something else. You just don't know. And I think that's the theme today, Elizabeth, that the book will touch people where it needs to touch them at the time it needs to touch them. And so
Yes.
there's no limit. There's no limit. Oh, I'm thinking of, I'm rambling on here. I'm just so excited again. Joyously Free is hitting so many people. And Martin, I met him at San Diego Pride, and a wonderful, beautiful straight man. His wife just died 6 weeks ago. So he's trying to figure out, where do I get my joy? Will my joy ever come back? And he saw the title Joyously Free. He goes, I want joy. I want joy. And he picked up that book and started reading it right there. And I mean, it was powerful. It's powerful.
Hmm. I
Ah,
love that. That's amazing, Joni. That's so great.
And
So,
I'm so blessed. And I so thank you and Catherine and all of the serendipities that made all this happen. I can't tell you, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude,
mhm.
overwhelmed. And I hope everybody else is out there is too. Just be overwhelmed with gratitude and just believe that things are going to be fantastic for you in writing and publishing and promoting your book because it will make a difference if it's really coming from your heart. Look at
Yes.
Elizabeth. 20 years ago, she started this and she's still at it. Talk about perseverance and love. Holy molies.
It's been longer than that. I can't do the math right now, but it's been longer than that. But yeah, and Joni, you know what? The really cool thing is you just mentioned all the people you've encountered who've told you how your books have touched them. However, we don't even know the countless people out there who've actually read the books and we'll never hear from them. And the books have
Exactly.
touched their lives and
Yeah, like
inspired
Pope
them.
Francis.
Well, yeah, you sent a book to Pope Francis, President Biden,
Yep.
the governor
Cardinal
of Oregon.
McElroy, different senators, different people. Yeah, just get it out there.
Yeah, I love it, love it, love it.
But
That
you're
is so
right. You
cool.
don't know because the how many thousands and thousands and thousands of people will buy that book and read it.
Uh-huh.
And as your sister told me, Joni, you're in 5 continents and 8 countries and going strong. It's like, I don't know these people, but they're reading it. And same with your book and people out there, same with your book. I could never even imagine that. And maybe you can or not, but oh my gosh, it's just overwhelming. This is incredible,
Yeah,
incredible.
it really is amazing. It is. So, books touching people's lives. When you're writing the book, if you're in the course of writing the book, just write from your heart and soul. It's organic. You don't have to try and manipulate people like, oh, I want people to cry when they read. No, just tell the stories organically from your heart and soul, and it will inspire emotional responses. And that's what makes a book memorable for people. Your honesty, your vulnerability, um, your stories that resonate with love and peace and perseverance and overcoming pain. And like Joanie's story in Nun Better is about how she has this amazing lifetime with Carol. And then there were difficult times. Carol got sick, and for 8 years before she went to heaven, Joanie was with her the whole time. And so when she tells the stories, they're very heartfelt, and that's what evokes the tremendous emotion in the readers. Do you agree, Joanie?
I do. And I think throw in humor. And life is not all just about struggles and hard times. It's about the joys and it's about the funny things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh, just funny things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of anything right now, but I bet you everybody has funny things that happen, and maybe they're even embarrassing moments. And people love to read about that because they've had crazy things happen to them too.
Mm-hmm. So we have two authors who've had heart transplants, Christy Sidler, A Change of Heart, and Amy Makovic,
Oh, yeah.
Recycled Parts. And we also have another author that I'm coaching who had a heart transplant. So Amy and Christy mastered the art just organically by telling their stories of infusing humor into really grave situations, literally life and death stories. They could have both died if they hadn't gotten the hearts right when they needed them. And Amy actually got a new kidney and a new liver, so her story is even more remarkable. But Christy and Amy both had this wonderful balance between the scary
Yes.
moments, the fear, the, things going wrong, the sadness, the anxiety, but they had the humor and the fun.
Yes.
And it's just their personalities. They just let it rip with showing who they are in sharing their stories. So it was just delightful.
And I
Um,
and I love the title, Recycled Body Parts. I
yeah.
love that book. I read it twice. I
You
read
did?
it. I did. I know. I read it.
Wow.
It grabbed me. It was so
Oh,
cool. And when I arrived here at this hotel, this condo that I'm in right now, I couldn't help but think about the last time I was here with Carol, and she was struggling with her stuff, and she slid off the toilet seat, and she was on the floor. And here I am calling the office people for help, and she is just laughing her head off, sitting on the bathroom floor because she didn't know what happened. But I mean, it was hysterical, but yet it was crazy. So put those stories in your books. You just don't
Yeah.
know.
Wow, that's amazing, Joanie. I love
Oh,
that. And also, sometimes the stories that we think are scary to reveal and share with the world are the ones that resonate most with people. So, writing a book is scary. Everybody has that last minute panic, but then when you just let it out, it empowers you and it gives you courage and confidence, and it does the same for your readers. So, yeah, writing a book touches lives in ways you never imagined. So, any final thoughts on that topic, Joni?
I think it always comes back to the most important thing. And you keep telling me this. Write, write, write. Keep on writing. Keep on writing. Yes, and
I
that's such
love it.
valuable. You're such a phenomenal coach that way. And anybody out there, if you're looking for help, find a coach, find a team, and they will touch your hearts. You'll touch their hearts in the process. But it sure kept me on track. It kept
Mhm.
me on track. Thank you.
Yay, that's awesome, Joni. You're such an example of being a sponge to learn and apply everything that I taught you when you were taking my 6 months to best-selling book success coaching program because you'd never written books before and you rocked it the
Right,
first time around and the second time. So,
right. So
um,
speaking of that, I meant to ask you, um, Healing Religious Hurts, October 1st and October 3rd, the big launch is coming up. That's like soon. It's for pre-order, right?
it's available at twosisterswriting.com for pre-order, yes. In the
Okay, okay.
bookstore, Healing Religious Hurts. It's a beautiful purple cover with gold sparkles, and it's really inspiring. So thanks for that reminder, Joni. Go to twosisterswriting.com, everybody. You can get Nun Better, you can get Joyously Free, and you can pre-order Healing Religious Hurt.
And the cool thing about pre-order is that when you pre-order and you bring it to wherever I am, I will sign it. Elizabeth will sign it. That's many people did that on this trip. I
Uh-huh.
found that they pre-ordered and they brought their, I've already bought this book. Would you please sign it?
Yeah.
So, yahoo!
Very cool, very cool. Awesome, Joni. Well, thank you for all that you do. I wish you safe travels back to Oregon.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
on a successful trip. And for all of you out there, please write with purpose and passion and know that your book is going to touch people all around the world in ways you never even imagined. So keep writing, and we wish you happy reading and happy writing. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing. Please visit twosisterswriting.com. Please also share this video with any aspiring writers you know, like the video, and subscribe to the Two Sisters Writing and Publishing channel so you can get notification every time we go live, especially on Fridays when Joni and I are here to tell you everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote your book. Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome day. Bye, everybody. Love and hugs.
Thanks, Joni.
Thank you, Elizabeth. You're the
You're
best.
welcome.
Bye
You
bye,
too.
everybody. Right.